What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and welcome back to another Market Watch. Today, we're going to be talking about cards you should be buying right now, but we're also going to talk about cards that is stirring up the market because, goddamn, this market is kind of crazy, and there's a lot of cards fluctuating in price and in the upwards direction quite drastically. As we see here with Cosmic Quasar dragging the QCR, and I hope you listened to Market Watch a few months ago when we talked about buying into this card. Even I feel like a few weeks ago we talked about this card too, but I could be mistakenly wrong about that with all the Synchro stuff we've been talking about. But we did talk about buying this card early when it was around $22-$25. And I mean, it got really low, right? But now look at the price tag, right? All this hype, all this, drama that's been going on with Synchros in terms of, again, people getting excited has really lowered the listings on this, under 10 listings now. And again, with the set kind of like outdated at this point, people not really opening it up. Yes, it is a very cheap set to grab onto in online. But with that being said too, I mean, you're not going to have, a high chance of pulling this card out of another 25 QCRs you could pull in the set. The price tag for this card should be holding steady at this right now, especially given all the hype. Yes, the last sold listing is at $30, but I mean, we're only one person away from biting on the opportunity to make this a new price tag in the market, and man, it's there right now. So let's see what happens moving forward. We'll keep our eye on that one as well. Jirak is getting some new support, obviously, but again, there's a lot of QCR hype in the market, in the community in general. And at $5, I would definitely tell you to be buying into this one, because why wouldn't you be buying in a $5 QCR where we've seen a market where $5 QCRs have turned into like $30, $40, $50 in less than a week at a time. And again, we have new support and stuff coming out. Again, more Synchro stuff. This one's under 10 listings now. I'm not telling you to buy this one. I mean, if you definitely missed out on your opportunity to buy it at a cheap price tag. I mean, look at that. This one has doubled in price since then. Once at 16, now at 33. So a little bit more than double, but now it's probably going to see itself continue to raise up in price as well, closer to release of a Synchro structure deck and even more Synchro hype building up to it, as well as we get more cards down the line. Now, yes, could this go up? Sure. But again, I'm not sure if I should tell you to buy in at this point. Again, it's only 7 listings. The market is where it's at right now for this card in terms of the $30 to $40 range. Can it continue to go up? It surely can. Any card can always go up. But again, you should buy it early at 16. When we told a lot of people buying this card at 16, $20, a few months ago again. And it's one of those things where it's, you hopefully bought it early. If you didn't, you missed out on, a little profit here. But again, it's one of those cards. It's going to be a very hit or miss if you buy it at this time now at a $34 price range. So it's up to you if you want to take the risk. I wouldn't. That's just me. But again, it could go up, right? It could. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I say that in almost every video. I think a lot of people say in a lot of their market watches, because again, we give our best takes, best opinion of what we're viewing in the market, what we're seeing happen. Again, we are analyzing the community, the market, support for future sets, a lot of different things, right? So there's a lot of analyzation and research that goes into a lot of these market watches for a lot of people, and that's why we are always trying to stay on target of what cards that probably would go up over time. And that's why we're seeing a lot of these cards pop back up and see themselves raise in price, because again, it wasn't a bad card, it just wasn't their time yet. Junk Warrior, for example, another lovable card here. We're seeing their price raise. We're just keeping an eye on this one. Now at 45. Probably going to reach towards 50 if I had to guess, to be honest with you. But we'll continue to keep an eye on that one. Dragon Maid. I mean, we've talked about Dragon Maid a lot on this channel as well. And this card is one I would keep your eye on continuing to go up in price. It's at $17, $20 right now. It could hit $25, $30. So keep your eye on this one, especially it being a QCR. It's not a bad QCR to invest in. Now, we've talked about Silent Magician level 8, and we've talked about number 107. Both cards from Maze of the Master. Both QCRs, right? Both really cool QCRs at that as well. Both really hovering around $20, $25 right now. Honestly, amazing price tag for these cards to pick up. Again, don't miss on your opportunity to buy in early. We always talk about buying early on cards that have collectible value, that could see itself played in the future. There's a lot of value in these cards as well, and future outcomes for these cards to really increase in price. Again, right now it's very cheap, and again, you should be buying in cheap if you have the opportunity to buy and have the money to do so. These cards are definitely a good pickup in the future as well. Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Again, with a lot of support coming out, $2-3 for a card that probably will see itself raised towards $8-9 in the future, which again, I can't see it happening, especially for a tin version that I know there's a lot of listings for, but can quickly see itself disappear from the market, especially since, again, it's from the dual mirrors tin. People weren't, all the way in on this tend to open up and open packs and stuff like that, so it is seeing itself kind of disappear as well, to that regard, and people wanting to play the deck and not really put their listing up for sale. There's also collectible value to this as well. People love the Signer Dragon era. We always talk about it. Peep my background, you guys know I love the 5Ds. So I mean, there's going to be value in this in the market for sure in the coming months as well. Star Dragon, I mean, if we haven't talked about Signer Dragons enough, and just Synchro support and 5Ds love and all this type of stuff, I mean, definitely buying as much as you can early on these cards. Yes, I know it was kind of like a give me in terms of getting it kind of easily, but it's still a card that can go up in value. We've seen with Exodia, we've seen with Dark Magician, we've seen with other cards that have increased itself in value over time from these tins as promo cards. So don't miss out on your opportunity to get in early, because again, you're going to see yourself really get screwed over in the long run and things as well. Shooting Quasar Dragon, the QCR, this one's around $10-11. Yes, it's only increased to $1 or $2, right? $13 really. But again, it's steadily increasing. It's at 35 listings right now from Stampede. Again, people are not opening up this set, and with the listings starting to really decrease, right? Again, this listings was around I think 50, 55, if I'm not mistaken, now at 35. So again, I mean, we're looking at a drop down in listings over time here, and it's starting to happen here for Shooting Quasar Dragon. Can see itself raise in price over time. If you look at past format cards, we also look at Ghost Trick Alucard. I think this is a good card to pick up, especially for an Ultimate Rare. I mean, come on, man. It's almost a give me, right? Look at this. An Ultimate Rare going for this price tag. Near Mint Unlimited, sure. On the cheaper end of things, for Ultimate Rare card that is also a lovable card. First edition for Lightly Played is going for about 30. Not bad. Let's look at Near Mint, for example. Near Mint first edition, 37. That's also not bad. Again, this set has, I mean, been out for forever at this point. These Ultimate Rares first edition, if you can get them for a pretty good price tag, I would definitely get it if I was you. Again, if I was you and also purchasing from TCG Player, I wouldn't do that in this regard. I would try to find someone again with this card that has the first edition, and I would buy it for this price for sure. If you can get it for 75% TCG Player price, that'd be even better for you. But again, you should be definitely buying this card for first edition at this price tag. It's such an old card, such a lovable card, and again, it's also a card where I feel like it just, it's going to go up over time. It's a given, right? And one of the things I tell people always is be careful buying from TCG Player, because Near Mint is not really Near Mint. So if you're looking for a high rarity card, sure, go buy TCG Player value, right? But I wouldn't purchase Near Mint from TCG Player, right, for a high rarity card. That's just my opinion, right? That's just my opinion. Now, we're talking about QCRs and stuff. Sure, buy from TCG Player. It's a newer version. Shouldn't be too damaged. Shouldn't be too many mistakes on the card. But if we're looking at old cards from first edition Metal Raiders, or a Ghost Rare from back in the day, or a Starlight Rare from back in the day, I would tell you probably not to do TCG Player and look for an actual person or store to buy from, so you can actually have the physical card and buy it and see it. So make sure it's Near Mint. Again, TCG Player, even though it's a verified seller and all these things, it tends to be a little bit askew, so just be careful buying from a TCG Player at times. Aegis, Keeper of Armageddon. I'm very glad I have this card. I have 10 copies of this card, which is insane. I was looking through my binder the other day, and I was like, holy crap. I had a bunch of these, because back in the day I used to open up Battle Pack, Epic Dawn, and I had so many of these. I have 2 Generation Force copies. I mean, the Starfoil, I have I think 3 of those. I have a lot. I have a lot of these in the binder right now, so I feel very, very, very happy, because definitely it paid off now that I have these, and they have gone up in price. You can see here 7 listings, 7 listings, 10 listings, and the price tag speaks for itself as well. So keep that in mind. If you do have that laying around, could be an opportunity to sell as well. And again, past format is getting a lot of hype, and we can see it here by the price tags in the market as well. And hopefully you bought in early, because we did talk about Aegis Keeper of Armageddon a few months back. I think it was like 2 months ago or 3 months ago. We talked about like buying in when it was like really cheap, and hopefully it really did listen to these market watches, because you're really seeing itself pay off now over time. And we talked about, right, past formats would get a lot of love over time, and it's happening. It's happening, and people are moving towards past formats, and people are playing those decks and those cards, and these listings are going low because of that. And again, they're not replenishing because it's an old card. There's not a lot of people that will put this card up for sale. There's also a lot of people that probably don't realize they have this card in their collection or where they're keeping it and stuff like that. And then older players not even like looking at Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, or looking at this market, or looking that they can sell these cards. So there's a lot of that as well. But crazy stuff, man. We're going back in time with a lot of these cards, right? Generation 4, we're aging ourselves at this point. Even though it felt like yesterday, I felt like Generation 4 was here, where it was a long time ago. It was a very long time ago. Steel Swarm Roach, man. This is another throwback card from actually Generation 4. That's actually funny. The QCR is something to keep your eye on as well. I think for a $5 QCR, it's actually a really good card as well. Something to definitely keep your eye on moving forward. That could go up in time as well. Formula Synchron, again, no explanation on this one. Again, it's a Synchro card. Again, people are probably going to use this moving forward. We've seen a double in price tag, basically, right? $4 card, now $8. And that's lightly played. Really, you're looking at closer to $9. So be aware this one is starting to go up. 32 listings. Again, that's not a lot of listings. These tend to disappear from the market, especially for cheap QCRs. I say cheap QCR because, what we've seen with the market recently is that things just explode in price like that. Like it's so fast that you have to be on top of it, right? So this is one of those opportunities where, buy as fast as possible, because it's probably going to turn to 16 with a blink of an eye, to be honest with you. Diamond Dire Wolf, another card that I've been telling people to keep an eye on. Yes, it still hasn't gone up that much, but if anything, it actually has gone down. And I actually would continue to tell you to keep buying into this, because, it's a cheap QCR. It does seem like it will have value moving forward. So definitely, keep your eye on that one. Gear Gigan X is the same example. Gaga Cowboy, these are all great cards, great QCRs that are cheap in the market. And I say cheap because, again, given what we've seen, the trend with QCRs, they just feel like it's going to burst over time in terms of price tag. Lavalval Chain is another one. Number 101 is another one. Number 11 is another one. Look at these prices. These are cheap. These are great prices to pick up QCRs, right? Tornado Dragon. This one actually has increased, right? Look at the price tag, going up to now $7. So just be aware, right? Over time, these cards will go up, and these cards are very usable cards as well for past format as well. Now, I'm looking at Magician of Bonds because I'm realizing people are trying to start collecting this, given one of the newer cards that, really, kind of match with these cards as well. What is it, Paladins of Bond, whatever it's called. It's from, I think, is it from Supreme Darkness? You guys, we'll look at it in a second. 4 listings on the yellow version of it, which is insane. But I also am not I'm not sold on this, man. You can't sell me on this. I don't know what it is. I want to like this card. I do. I really want to like this card. But I can't, man. I really can't. I just don't know what it is. There's nothing that made me kind of bond with this card. Play on word. But I don't know. Usually when there's a collectible card, you're like, oh, I want to get it. And, when you see something like this, you're like, oh, I want to get it. It's right? It's like Armageddon, one of in the set. But I'm just I don't care. I really don't care about the card. I'm trying to find some sort of appeal for it. I just can't. And given the aspect, I think what's trying to happen here is trying to get the appeal from this for the other ones. I don't know. I can understand this one getting a lot of hype and people want to buy into this one, just not the other ones. If I'm being completely honest with you, I just don't see it. It's another one telling people buy because, it's a cheap QCR that seems like it can do a lot of good things here in the market. Just keep your eye on that one as well. Now, here's the thing with exams. We know they get love. We know there's a lot of support. We know there's new support that recently came out for this. And we know that people are starting to look towards off-meta stuff, and people love, again, there's 6 Samurais. This one was around $22, $25, a week or so now. Now it's starting to increase to 30. And we're starting to see this one start to increase in price. Go up slowly. 21 listings. Getting low. Just start to keep your eye on these cards going up. Especially my 6am love of family here. Because I do believe the 6am community is coming out in drones now and trying to purchase this one out. So we're going to start seeing some high price tags on these cards. Don't miss out on your opportunity to buy into this card if you are a 6am lover. Because trust me, you're going to miss out on a card that you definitely want to add as a high rarity upgrade to your deck. Because if I know my 6am people, they like their high rarity stuff, and they're definitely going to be very sad if they have to pay an arm and leg moving forward going for this card as well. All right, Revolutionary Synchron. I have to look at Revolution Synchron. We got to look at this card because I've been talking about this card for a long time now. I'm not going to tell you to buy it at this point because I feel like we are over that at this point. You should have bought it when it was at 30. 42, could reach 50. Can it continue to go up? Yeah, of course. Like, again, we can talk about this card continue to go up. I'm just not on the... I'm not going to sell you on buying something when I feel like it's almost a very dangerous copy to buy, where I feel like this price tag would remain stagnant. Now, could it actually go up to like 60? 100%, right? But then again, you're taking a risk. You are taking a huge, huge risk because I can't tell you to buy in now. And let's say it goes down to like 38, then you're really lost out, right? So, because I don't believe that it'll continue to pick up like that once it goes down again, right? So, we'll see, right? We will see. So, 19 listings, and hopefully bought it at 30. I don't know. I feel like 30 was a great price tag. It can hit 50. It could hit 60. I can't see it I can't see it happening. But time will tell, right? Well, we have another I would say a couple weeks, and we'll see where these listings are at, and we'll come back and we'll review this card again. But yeah, man, we talked about this card like 3 times last month. Insane that we're just because something new came out, this price tag has really increased itself a lot. That's it for this market watch. I hope you guys enjoyed, but a lot of stuff happening in this market. We gotta talk about more stuff happening in the market in the next one. Probably have a video out tomorrow as well. But yeah, man, it was been a busy week, so I apologize. I haven't been able to post a video this week. There's a lot of stuff going on in life right now, everybody. I'll be honest with you. And I will update you probably next month about a lot of stuff happening in my life. But it's all good stuff. It's just a lot of things that on my plate right now, and we're getting through it. A lot of work, a lot of other stuff I'm dealing with, obviously, and yeah, it's a conversation for another day with all of you. But it's been busy. It's been super busy. Work. We just had graduation here. I think I mentioned that not too long ago. And we had again, there's a lot of work stuff going on right now. So there's a lot of stuff keeping me away from trying to make as much videos as I want to. But, we're trying to keep up. I am looking at the market every day. It's to get behind the computer when the clock is at 1 o'clock and I'm tired. Even right now it's 12:21 a.m. I'm beat, but we out here making videos. We're trying our best. Trying to make it happen, even though I got to get up in a few hours. But we're trying to make it happen, right? We're multitasking here. Let me know what you think about today's market watch. I appreciate the love from everybody. The channel's been growing. I feel the love. I really do. It is absolutely insane how far this channel has come and how much support the channel has received the past year. I just remember back to reminisce real quick. When I had my first couple hundred subscribers, and I was just in awe of just people subscribe to me, in awe of people wanting to watch my videos. But yeah, man, it is a very surreal thing sometimes when you see how far you've come. And again, I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. We keep moving forward, man. We keep moving forward, and hopefully we keep having more success. And I appreciate all of you for watching. But yeah, subscribe and comment. We'll catch you next one, and peace out, YouTube.